Very warm greetings to one and all present here. Today we will be discussing about a very important topic in Python, that is called the list. So list data structure we will be discussing it today. Now before discussing the list data structure, let us compare what is the difference between the list data structure and what we have already learned in the C. So in C, a similar type of data structure we were dealing about by the name of, we call it as arrays, and here in Python we call it list. Now there is some basic difference between list and arrays. So arrays, as we all know the definition of array, that array is an array is a data structure, and it has a fixed size, and all the elements within the array data structure, they should be of the same data type. For example, if we are taking the array of integers, then all the data items should be integer only. If it is of character, then all the data items should be character only. So there is a slight difference between what we have seen in the C as an array and what we are seeing as a list in Python. So list is also similar to the data structure, that is arrays, but there is a basic difference, one major difference between list and arrays. List, in arrays all the items were of the same data type, but here in the list can have the heterogeneous data item. That is the difference, very major difference between the list and the arrays. So list can have the data items, even the list can consist of an integer, at the same time it can also have a floating point number, at the same time it can have the string values also. So this is the basic difference. Now the arrays, they are stored in a contiguous memory location, but list, it is not necessary that they should be stored in the contiguous memory location. They can be stored in like different memory location also. That is why the arrays are very fast to access. Arrays having same data types, and arrays are stored in the contiguous memory location. That is why the arrays are very fast to access compared it to the list, which are a bit slower than the arrays. Now one more major thing is that it is not that the Python is not having arrays at all. For faster calculation, in scientific calculation, we need the calculations to be very fast, to be in the high speed. In that case, we use Python arrays, and that is declared under the NumPy package. So whenever we need to use the arrays that is used in Python, we have to import the NumPy package, and then we can use it as an array. So now today we will be discussing, this was a small introduction or a comparison between list and array, just so that we all can connect what was the arrays in C and what is the list in Python. So first of all, let us discuss some of the properties of list. The list, it is called the ordered collection of data item. Now first of all, what is the meaning of the word ordered? Ordered means every data item is having a specific index, is having a specific position. So it is a ordered collection of heterogeneous data item. So first of all, let us see how to declare an array. How to declare a list. So declaration of a list, it is always declared using the square brackets. So simply we can give the name of the list. Suppose the list name is A, and we can give this square bracket. This we have declared an empty list. This is an empty list. At the same time, I can declare the list. Let us name it as list 1. Here I can put the data items like 1, suppose 2, 3, 4. So here you can see clearly that there are 4 elements in the list, all are separated by a comma. And this type of list, it is an integer list. Why it is an integer list? Because all the data items, they are integer values. Similarly, I have declared a list 2. Here I can put the data item as 1, 5.0. I can put some name here. So here you can see that the list is having 3 elements, and all the 3 elements are of different data types. This is integer, this is float, and this is a string. So this is also supported in Python. Now here the list is of different data item. That is why we can say that it is an heterogeneous list, as it is containing the data items of different types. Now here in the list, the first property we have seen that the list, it may contain heterogeneous elements. This is the first property. Second property, we can say that every element in the list, it has a specific position. That is why it is called the ordered element, ordered data structure. Now what do we mean by ordered? What is the specific position? Here we can see that there are 3 elements. Each element has a specific index position starting from 0. So here 1 is having the index position 0, 5.0 it will have the index position 1, and here the string RAM, it has the index position 2. So every element has a specific index position. Suppose I want to print this RAM, what I can simply do, I can write down the name of the list and I can give the index position 2. As it is having the index position 2, it is having the word RAM. So obviously in the output, what will be the output? The output will simply print what is there in index position 2. So it has printed RAM. So what we have seen in this part, how the list is declared using the square bracket, empty list. This is list having integer number, so it is having all integer value. This is an heterogeneous list containing the integers as well as the float items as well as the string items. Then how to print the elements of the list? We can simply put the index position and we can get the output. That is why the list is called the ordered data structure. Now, suppose we have declared a list named list 1, and here we are declaring elements 1, 2, 3.0 and let it be y. Suppose I am printing a value of list 1, and here I can see that this is an index position 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Suppose by mistake I have given here index position 5. Now in the output it will give an error. This error is called index error. Why this error has appeared? Because we are having only 5 elements starting from 0 to 4. But as we are printing, we are trying to access the 5th element which does not exist. In this case, it will give an error. This error is called the index error. Okay. Now coming to the second part. Very important concept. We will discuss something that is called nested list. So nesting, it is a concept we have already learned in C, where there were nested for loop, nested if loop, nested while loop. So nested means any structure within that structure, that is called nested. So obviously nested list, this means list inside list. So this gives us the concept of nested list. That means in the list we can have elements which are already a list. For example, let us declare a list named as list 1. Here we are having data items like 1, 2, and then I am having a list as item that is 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7. So here you can clearly see that this is the element at index position 0, 1, 2 and 3. So here you can see that in position 2 and 3, it is not a single data item. It is again a list. So this type of list where we have elements as a list only, this is called a nested list. So nested list means list inside a list. Now second question comes that how to access the elements of the nested list. So here in this case, if I want to access element 3, so how I can write? I can simply write print list 1. What is the index position? Here the index position is 2 and second element, and then in this list, the index of 3 is again 0 and index is 4 is again 1. So here I can simply say that I want in list 1 I want second position, that is this index, and in second index I want the first position, that is 0. So in the output what I will get? Second element, and second element what I want? The first element of the second element, that is the output will be 3. So in this way, using the two-dimensional structure, we can find out, or we can access the element of the nested list. Okay. Now let us come to the next topic, slicing the list. Slicing the list, again this is very important part. Slicing next part is list slicing. So what do you mean by slice? Slice means to take out the part of the list. Okay. So if you want to take the part of the list, then it is called the list slicing. So list slicing means, suppose I have a list 1, it consists of 10 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It consists of 10 elements. Now from this list, I want only the elements from index position 2 to index position 5. In this case, I can slice or I can make part of the list so that I can have elements only from second position to the fifth position. So here we can see that this is index position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So I want the slice from index position 2 to index position 5. So in this case, how I can use it? Using the range function, that is list 1, I want to print it from index position 0 to index position 5. So in the list, in the print statement, I will give it as 6, because whenever we start, this is the start point and this is stop plus 1. So where we want to stop? We want to stop it at 5. So in the output we will get the elements as 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is called list slicing. So here in the list slicing, we can see that there are two parameters. By default, this is the first. This first is, if it is not specified, then it is 0. So there can be the third element also in the slicing part. The third element is that how much step we want to take. Suppose I want to print the list from 0 to 9 and I want to take step of 2. By default it is step of 1, that is first element, second element, third, fourth and fifth. If I have specified that I want to take 2 steps, then it will be like 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. So like this it will print. So in the output I will simply get the elements from 0 to 9 but in step of 2. So in output I will get 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9. This will be the output. So this is list slicing. Thank you class.